Hey, everybody. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Um, I'm sitting here in the Union Station down in St. Louis. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I can figure out how to turn my camera around. I may or may not know how. Just a second. Huh. All right. Well, here I am. I'm figuring this out. Anyway, I am at the Union Station in St. Louis, and I'll show you what it looks like just because I can't figure out how to turn my camera around. It's pretty down here. I came down here for dinner last night and I forgot my credit card. So I had to come back and get it. I've walked about 3 miles so far today. I walked down to the arch and had a lemonade. And it was just beautiful. It's a beautiful day. I've been down here for 3 days. I came down here to be at a conference for my business. I was thinking about something today and I want to ask you a question. The question is, do you live in the what ifs? You know those one stories where you get a little thought, your imagination takes over and it carries you off into the future, right? I call it crazy land. That's when your mind creates all these stories, these what if stories, and it causes many people to become afraid of venturing out, afraid of fear of things that are going to happen. But if I asked you this question, when you get that little thought and you spiral into the future, which is where anxiety comes from, by the way, what percentage of those things actually come to pass exactly the way you imagine them? Well, you probably tell me it's pretty small. And it's just wasted energy, right? Because most time they're not going to happen anyway. Or if you live in fear of new adventures or new experiences or new things, well, then you're going to want to finish hearing me what I have to say today, because I'm going to teach you something that I think could be the reason, or something you could at least look at. Before I do, I want to share with you my story of this adventure I've had this week in St. Louis. What day was it? So I left Wednesday. No, I didn't say that was yesterday. I left on Monday at late at night. My flight flew out at 9 o'clock at night, and they got into St. Louis at 12:30 in the morning. Now I have to tell you, I was a little bit hesitant. I don't know if hesitant's the right word, but a little bit open to the fact that I wasn't sure how I was going to get from the airport to my hotel. All of the car rentals were closed. And so when we landed, I went up to where the taxis are. They were at gate 6. There were a couple of taxis since other people were ahead of me, so they took the taxis, and then there were no taxis. And that's where I got a little bit concerned, because I'm standing in this big dark parking garage all by myself. I thought, well, this isn't safe, so I'll head inside. And I decided to call Google for a taxi. And I called, and this gentleman answered, and he said, you need to turn around, go back inside of the airport and go to gate 17. I said, okay. Well, I started to figure that something's quite right. So I walked inside and found a couple security guards, and I said, could you tell me where gate 17 is? And he said, well, I said, somebody's going to pick me up to take me to my hotel. And he said, well, gate 17 is where people with their own personal cars come if they're going to pick you up. And that's when I was like, okay, intuition says, nope, that's not good. Don't do that. So they said, get an Uber. So I ordered an Uber, and my Uber guy came. His name was Hashim, and he was extremely kind. He was from Somalia. First, he didn't want to really talk. He was very quiet. And once I asked him about his family, he told me he had two kids. One was 2.5 and a little 2-month-old baby. And that he works really hard, and he usually works till about 1 o'clock every night doing Uber. He was super cool, very kind. And so I tipped him extra because I felt like he was my first angel to make sure I got to my hotel safely. I woke up the next morning. I realized that I had forgot my dress. I was going to be at a conference the next day and be part of it, and I didn't have anything to wear. I forgot. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? I guess I'll have to go buy me a dress. I walked downstairs to the little cafeteria they had downstairs, and I was talking to a lady named Karen, and she was super sweet. And I said, okay, I'm by myself, and what areas in this area would you not recommend that I walk all by myself? So she told me. She gave me some tips, told me how to get to where I was going to go. I was going to go down into the downtown where I could see if I could find me a dress at a boutique. So I walked to this boutique and they're closed. I walked next door to the conference center, and I walked in, and there was this angel named Sharon who I started talking to her about my dilemma that I needed to find a dress and that I was going to go next door when they opened. And she said, well, if you can't get one there, you can take the metro down to the mall. Well, I live in Utah. We don't have a metro. So she was extremely kind to tell me how to get on it, get on the blue train, and to get off at the Galleria. Okay, got it. So I went to the boutique, nothing there. I walked to the metro. They got me a ticket, and there was a family there, and I was just talking to them about how, I'm inexperienced on the metro, and they're like, well, did you know you need to validate your ticket? No, I did not know I had to validate my ticket. So their cute little son took me over and showed me how to validate my ticket. It makes me chuckle because I feel like people just come out of the woodwork when you're open to getting some help or needing some assistance. I got on the metro, I got on the blue track, and I was looking for the Galleria stop. There's not a Galleria stop in St. Louis. So there were two gentlemen sitting in that car, and I just started talking to them. One of them had 2 knives attached to his shirt right here, and another knife in his pocket. But I sat down with them, and I was just telling them where I was going to the mall, and I didn't know which stop to take. They proceeded to tell me what stop to take, and then I started chuckling. I said, do I look like a tourist here? Because I was the only one by myself. And they laughed, but they were very kind. One was named Brandon, one was named Ash. Brandon told me I had beautiful eyes, and yeah, wanted to know if I was married. Yes, I'm married. Anyway, I had this nice conversation with these 2 gentlemen, and I got off the metro, and I'm looking at the schedule to see what time I had to be back. I had to be back to my hotel by 3 o'clock, so I was in a hurry. I didn't have a lot of time to spare. And this very sweet, kind lady named Lanisha came up behind me, and she said, don't look at the schedule on the map. It's not normally right, but here, there's an app that you can get, and told me how to download the app and showed me how to set it up. So now I can take the metro anywhere in the United States because it'll pick it up where it's at. But it just showed me what time I need to be back, and I could get my ticket on there. I just thought it was really cool. So I walked down with her down to the mall, and then I walked into Dillard's, and there was a sweet lady named Michelle, and I told her, like, I got to find a dress, and I got to be back to the train in time. And so she was very helpful to help me find one. I found the cutest yellow dress. I had to take it off the mannequin, and then I found another maroon dress to wear. I got it all done. I went downstairs. I had to get a little brooch, so I found somebody that could help me get this brooch. And then I literally ran after picking up some food at Panera, and they were so sweet. They're like, well, hurry, we'll get your food so you can get back on the train. And I get to the train, 2 minutes in time, got on the train and got back to my hotel. So to me, I was surrounded by angels that were willing to help me on my journey in a place that I'm not familiar with. Now, this is where I want to go back to where I started this uh, recording of, because I asked you if you live in that fear of the what ifs. Now, if you do, you may not be willing to go on adventures, to not go out and venture out. And had I been afraid of the what ifs or afraid of new experiences or new travels, I wouldn't have met all these really amazing people and experienced being here and experience different things that I get to experience. A lot of you may be living in fear of the new unknown, fear of new adventures, fear of stepping out, fear of people. When I first, started out on my journey walking, I could have been afraid of anybody that was around me because I was not in a place I was familiar with. When I got on the metro with those two gentlemen that looked pretty rough, I could have lived in the fear that, oh my gosh, what if something happens? I'd have missed out. Now, I'm not saying that these are times when you give them your whole name or your phone number or tell them which hotel you're living in or you're staying in or agree to go with them. When I am on my adventures, I am very aware of that I have to be open to the fact that I'm not in my little Roy, Utah, and that I am open to the fact that I've got to be cautious of but not not fearful. There's a difference. There's a difference of being aware of your surroundings. I don't stay on my phone when I'm walking. I'm very open to what's going on around me. I'm not going to walk really at nighttime. There's some things that I have decided to do for myself that are to keep me safe. So those are a couple of things that, that's how I get around. But I love to travel and I love to talk to people and meet new people. So let's get down to what also could be happening. Well, I'm Shelly Joe with Shelly Joe Aminos, also known as Amino Acid Lady, and there is a neurotransmitter, serotonin, that when it is balanced, you feel confident, you feel flexibility, humor. When your serotonin drops, fears become real, racing thoughts, ruminating thoughts that just keep going over and over and over and over in your mind. This is where you create those stories of fear, of things that put you in a state where you don't feel safe in this world, where you don't feel safe around people, where you don't feel safe to just venture out and do something that is out of your comfort zone. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to serotonin and the neurotransmitters. Feeding that serotonin, balancing the serotonin can help to reduce those ruminating thoughts, can help to reduce the worry, the fear, the creation of these what if stories that are stopping you from living. Because I'm telling you guys, when you get out, we live in this planet is incredible. And most of the people that I've met, people I continue to meet, are pretty awesome. Keep smiling. If I can help you to release those thoughts, if you want to be done with the ruminating thoughts, the worry, the panic, the anxiety of things that are not real, right? I mean, we have that drive, we have that feeling to keep us safe. But it's not doing you any good if you feel like you're always in that fight or flight, that, being chased by lions and tigers and bears. Oh, no. Then get a hold of me. Message me. I'd love to visit with you and see how I can help you. But go to my Hypno Aminos. There are answers. It might be just the answers that you are looking at. So could amino acids be your missing link? Check it out. Keep smiling. Make it a great day. Bye.